I think it's safe to say that Raiders of the Lost Ark is just a classic. It's a flawless masterpiece. There's nothing you can do that will change my mind. It is a classic movie, an all-timer, and Disney will most likely screw with the legacy just like they did with Star Wars because let's be fair, Dial of Destiny does not look good. But I'm not here to talk about Dial of Destiny. And as brief as this video is going to be, I'm just going to give my overall thoughts on this brilliant movie. And there you go. That's all I'm going to say. This movie has it all. It has great action, great acting, semi-decent effects, a great director, great everything. I mean, there is literally nothing negative you could say about this movie. I'd say some of the effects don't hold up, but that is mainly a nitpick. Harrison Ford, as usual and as always, kicks ass, and especially in this series, he always will kick ass as Indy. Sorry, it's like very late, and thankfully I don't have work until 2 p.m., so I can sleep in as much as I need to. But this movie is just a brilliant film. It's everything you want out of an adventure film. Ever since growing up, this is a film that I would always watch. Next to Transformers or Star Wars, this is a film that I would always revisit and will keep on revisiting until I force my children to watch this movie. Even if they don't like it, I will still let them watch this movie. For its very, frankly, brutal ending, it's still a great movie. There is just so much about it to love. I don't see anyone hating this movie or calling it a terrible movie. And those of you who do call it a terrible movie, well, to each their own. You're the minority, I will say, because I can't think of anyone that hates this movie. But, again, it's 2023. We live in a much different world. A world where Disney will potentially destroy this franchise, which is where they're going to go. So, I was going to say in honor of the new film coming up, but since there is no honor, let's be frank here, there is no honor for the new Indiana Jones coming out. I mean, Steven Spielberg is out of the director's chair, and yeah, we got James Mangold directing the new one, but it's not gonna hold up. That's my guess, at least, but I'm going in with no expectations. But we're not here to talk about that movie. We're here to talk about Raiders of the Lost Ark, like I said before. So, I mean, there's just fantastic stunts in this movie. I would say I bet most people these days would call Marion a damsel in distress. I beg to differ. Yeah, she doesn't do a whole lot, but she doesn't. Next to Willie Scott in the next movie, she actually does something. I mean, she knocks a guy out with basically like plane stoppers at one point. I don't know what they're called. I'm sure I do, but I'm too lazy to look it up right now. But she's not a damsel in distress. Next to Willie Scott in the second movie, which I will talk about in like a couple of seconds after I record this video. I mean, she's just a great character. She doesn't try to prove herself to be, better than Indy, like I bet they're gonna do in the new movie. And Kathleen Kennedy's probably gonna do that because, we live in this world now. But yeah, before we get into Dial of Destiny, which is still a month out, Marion still kicks ass as always. In fact, I dare even say Elsa, even in the third movie, was better than any of the female characters I bet will be shown in the Dial of Destiny. This movie is an all-timer. Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of my favorite adventure films. Say what I will about John Wick the John Wick series, and a bunch of other movies that have come out. But to me, this is my childhood. This is what I grew up with, and this is what I will always remember. Next to Star Wars, Transformers, say what I will about those movies. Say what I will about a lot of the movies, including the Avatar movies I have right behind me. It will never beat this movie, which is just a flawless masterpiece. And I will continue defending this movie to anyone who hates it. This movie is fantastic. Everyone should see it. I'm pretty sure everyone has seen it, but who knows? There's a lot of people that don't see a lot of great movies. Just ask my ex, or better not.